Hi, everyone. You're probably here because you want to get a better handle on how AI is really reshaping the creative world.
It's happening fast.
It really is. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at the evolving role of creatives in this AI-driven time using a really interesting piece called AI Creatives by Winston Trim.
Yeah, Trim's article, it really gets into the heart of AI's impact, but also the lasting power of human imagination.
And crucially, how people in creative fields can, well, not just survive, but actually
They
thrive.
flourish, yeah.
So our goal today is pretty straightforward. Pull out the key insights from Trim's work and figure out what it means for you, whether you're, actively creating stuff or just interested in this whole shift.
Okay, so what really jumps out from Trim's article first is this strong statement that AI isn't some future thing for creative industries. It's here, now.
Right. It's actively working.
Exactly. He shows how AI is already making waves, taking over a lot of the routine and the sort of time-sucking tasks.
Can you give some examples? What sort of tasks are we talking about?
Well, think about graphic design, music composition, even script writing. AI tools are now, directly involved in parts of that creative workflow.
Hmm.
And what's interesting is how this might even sort of democratize things a bit. Like maybe people without super specialized skills could use AI to generate some initial ideas.
That's a fascinating angle, the democratization part.
Yeah.
And the article does give some concrete examples, which helps. It talks about AI algorithms generating actual artwork or composing music.
Right, or even drafting initial scripts.
Okay, let's pause on that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's less about AI completely replacing the artist, at least right now,
Definitely not a full replacement scenario yet.
and more about giving creatives a really powerful assistant, something that frees them up to focus on the bigger picture, the more inventive ideas.
Precisely. And Trim actually points to a McKinsey report to show the potential scale of this.
Oh yeah, what does McKinsey say?
Well, the report suggests AI could automate, get this, up to 30% of tasks in something like 60% of all jobs.
Wow, 30% and 60% of jobs. That's significant.
It is. And when you apply that thinking to creative fields, well, what's the first thing that pops into your head?
Honestly, worry, job displacement. It's kind of the elephant in the room, isn't it?
It is, and it's understandable. But Trim shifts the focus quite quickly, and I think this is really key for listeners to grasp. He frames AI not as this job killer,
Okay.
but more as a tool, a very, very capable tool, mind you, but one that's there to enhance and really complement what humans do best.
Right. That's a critical distinction. Enhancement, not replacement.
Exactly, because, AI is brilliant at crunching data, executing tasks based on rules, but what it doesn't have is that spark.
You mean imagination? Empathy?
Precisely, that unpredictable human innovation. Trim really hammers home that human creativity comes from our culture, our feelings, our life experiences, stuff AI just doesn't have access to in the same way.
Yeah, that makes sense. The article uses music composition as an example, right?
It does, a really good one. An AI can analyze millions of songs, understand structure, harmony, rhythm.
It knows the rules.
It knows the rules perfectly, but can it create a melody that genuinely moves you, that connects with some shared human feeling the way a human artist can? Trim argues no.
That personal touch, that emotional resonance, it's different.
It's fundamentally different and probably irreplaceable. It really reinforces that human creativity isn't just nice to have, it's essential.
Okay, so AI is becoming more integrated, that's clear. But human creativity still holds this unique, vital role.
Correct.
So the next logical step, which Trim addresses, is, well, how do creatives actually navigate this? How do they make it work?
And he brings up lifelong learning, adaptability, which, let's face it, is crucial everywhere now, but maybe even more so in creative fields because they change so fast.
Definitely. And he outlines 4 key strategies, which feel quite practical, actually, stuff you can act on.
Okay, let's break them down.
The first one is, embrace AI as a collaborative tool. Don't fight it. Work with it.
Like having a partner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
An incredibly efficient partner who can handle the grunt work, the repetitive stuff. He uses graphic design as an example. AI churning out loads of design options quickly.
Freeing up the human designer to focus on the core concepts, the artistic vision, the refinement.
Makes sense. What's number 2?
Number 2 builds on that. Develop new skills. Since AI is taking over certain tasks, humans need to double down on what AI can't do.
Like what?
Trim highlights things like critical thinking, emotional intelligence, complex problem solving, and it's interesting to think why these become even more valuable with AI around.
Why is that?
Well, because those are the skills that connect with people on a deeper level, right? AI might analyze audience data.
But it can't really get human emotion or craft something that truly resonates emotionally that still takes a human touch informed by those skills.
Exactly. That's where the real value add is.
Okay, so collaborate with AI, develop human-centric skills. What's the third strategy?
The third is leverage AI for inspiration. It's not just about doing tasks. AI can also spark ideas.
How so?
Think about using AI to analyze trends, see what's grabbing attention, maybe even generate some very basic starting points that you, the human, can then take and run with, transform.
Like a superpowered research assistant meets idea generator.
Sort of, yeah, a
Got it.
springboard for your own creativity.
Cool. And the last one?
The fourth is pretty straightforward but vital. Stay current with industry developments. Keep up with the tech.
Because AI isn't standing still.
Not for a second.
Yeah.
Trim stresses you need to know what's happening, what the latest tools are, the trends, so you can make smart choices about how, or even if, you integrate them into your own work.
Right, making informed decisions.
Absolutely. So looking ahead, Trim's conclusion is pretty clear. AI integration isn't an if, it's a when and how. It's happening.
But the message isn't doom and gloom.
Not at all. He really encourages seeing AI as an ally, something that can actually amplify human creativity, maybe leading to completely new forms of expression and innovation we haven't even thought of yet.
And he ends with a couple of big questions aimed right at the reader.
Yeah. Basically asking, how can we, you, me, everyone listening best use AI to make our creative work better? And what unique stuff can humans bring to the table in this new landscape?
They're good questions, not just rhetorical, but things to actually think about for your own situation.
Definitely. So if we boil down this whole deep dive into Winston Trim's AI creatives.
What are the main takeaways?
Okay, first, AI is transforming creative fields, automating tasks, boosting efficiency, no doubt about it.
Right.
But second, core human creativity, imagination, empathy, that unpredictable spark is still absolutely essential. Irreplaceable, even.
So the key for creatives is?
Adaptability,
Okay.
lifelong learning, and crucially, viewing AI not as the threat, but as a potentially powerful partner for collaboration and inspiration.
Okay, so that leads us to maybe one final thought to leave everyone with.
Yeah,
Instead of just reacting to automation, maybe with fear or anxiety,
right.
how can we, as individuals and maybe as a whole creative community, actively shape how this unfolds?
How do we build a future for creative work that uses the best of AI and the best of human ingenuity?
Exactly. How do we make it both innovative and, genuinely rewarding for people? Something to really mull over, especially in terms of your own creative work.
A lot to think about.
Definitely. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today.